quite a bit. Okay, but before we get there, let's just in the interest of, as you folks may or may not know, we could decide to weigh in on this or any other project, weigh in positively, weigh in negatively, weigh in with comments, with concerns. We could decide to do nothing. You know, it's our prerogative. The main purpose of this hearing is to educate and inform everybody, to raise our consciousness about what's going on here, to give you a chance, if you're concerned, positively or negatively, to communicate with us. Let me just call out the fact that the city is holding a hearing on this on July 15th, right?
No, it's been postponed.
Has it been postponed? Do we have a date?
No.
Okay. But what I would point out for anybody who wants to weigh in following this meeting, notwithstanding what we do as an advisory neighborhood council, and remember, we don't get to govern, we don't get to decide. We get to exert an opinion, a certain opinion if we choose to. But if this is something of really great concern to you, you've got the case number on the agenda. You've got the name of the person at the planning department who you can reach out to and stay in touch with, you know, notwithstanding your point of view, and you can track the hearing date. So I just want to make everybody aware of that, and that's incredibly important stuff. Just before we get into public comment, Robert, if you could just clarify a couple of things, because I know we have all the materials, but if you could just, spend a little bit of time talking about the facility itself and how it fits in contextually with the street. Is it set for the benefit of everybody else, not for us? We have the plans. Is it set back consistent with the houses on either side? What's the rear
There are
yard
no
like?
variants being asked for
Okay.
here. It all meets all the requirements without any variance at all. All the setbacks, all the height
massing
restrictions, that's correct. The best part is that a lot of the mass that would make a difference if everything was above ground, there is a floor that in fact is below. So not only is the extensive parking below ground, but there is also a kitchen. There is going to be an exercise room. There's going to be a laundry room. There's also going to be a hair salon, so that the people living there can feel good about themselves and not have to go out of the facility and have it right there. And that's the whole idea of these kind of facilities.
But it's not a commercial facility that others could go to the hair salon.
No. As a matter of fact, I also want to make clear there is no medical procedures of any nature. There are no doctors, there are no nurses. Again, the whole purpose of locating it at this location is because it is a block away from both medical offices and Cedars-Sinai Hospital.
Sure.
But there is no medical procedures whatsoever done at the facility.
Thank you. And to pick up on one thing you said, which is, it's my understanding that it's correct, that an elder care facility is distinct from a community care facility. It is distinct from an alcohol rehab facility. And it's my understanding as well that if you read the city's ordinance, that some of those other uses are disallowed. They're not allowed under this.
Well, under an elder care facility, again, there are certain qualifications. One of them is it has to be assisted living in conjunction with. One of those distinctions is Alzheimer's. And again, you have to be 62 years of age or older to live in this facility. But they cannot, and I want to stress this again, they can't decide 3 years down the line or 5 years they get a nice offer that they're going to sell it to a halfway house or whatever it may be, which has been a concern with some of these cases I've had in the past. They're specifically tied to this and they cannot use it for any other purpose.
And there's no intent to be judgmental tonight relative to those other uses. We're just trying to clarify. Okay, thank you. Thanks, Robert. And hang out for questions. Let's take public comment, Liza.
Gary Becker.